Hey guys, tonight we begin with something very relatable: sleep. Or, more accurately, how medieval people slept, which turns out to be far weirder than most of us could imagine. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. And let me know in the comments where you're tuning in from and what time it is for you. It's always fascinating to see who's joining us from around the world. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey together. Before electricity, TikTok, and sleep hygiene influencers, medieval people approached nighttime with a schedule that would baffle the modern melatonin enthusiast. It was called segmented sleep, a natural two-part sleep cycle, split neatly in half like a stale medieval biscuit. The routine was simple. After sundown, most people turned in early, drifting off into what was known as first sleep. Then, after about 4 hours, they'd wake up, deliberately, and spend the next hour or two doing what can only be described as medieval midnight multitasking. This wasn't considered insomnia. It was just how sleep worked. The watch period between the two sleeps was seen as practical, useful, and occasionally, alarmingly social. People used this time to pray, read religious texts, tend fires, or check their livestock, because nothing ruins your REM cycle, like wondering if your goat is still in the yard. And yes, this was also considered the ideal time for intimacy. Medieval physicians and marriage manuals noted that the body was well rested and calm of mind during this period, which sounds like a polite way of saying too tired to argue. So if you ever thought you were romantic for waking up early to make your partner coffee, just know your ancestors were setting the bar very differently. The second sleep would follow this interlude, lasting until sunrise. Everyone from monks to farmers participated in this nightly rhythm. Even literary figures like Chaucer casually mentioned it, which means that, yes, even in medieval literature, people were writing about not sleeping properly. Oddly enough, modern science has suggested that segmented sleep might actually be more natural for humans. The two-sleep cycle aligns with how our circadian rhythms work in the absence of artificial light. So the next time you find yourself wide awake at 2 a.m., don't panic. Just whisper, "Ah, yes, the watch has begun," and go tend a symbolic fireplace. It wasn't until the industrial era, with factories, gas lamps, and the growing fear of unproductivity, that humans began to enforce the idea of 8 uninterrupted